All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're heading to the Scottish Highlands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those dramatic landscapes,
Right.
towering mountains and valleys just steeped in history.
I love it.
So we're trying to figure out which region is really like the heart of the Highlands.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a question that might have more than one answer, right?
It really could. You know, the idea of a heart, it can be so much more than geography.
Right.
It can be cultural impact,
Totally.
historical significance, or even just a feeling you get being there.
Yeah. And, the Love Scotland newsletter seems to point to Glencoe.
Okay.
And they describe it so well, like this picturesque valley
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by rugged mountains and deep valleys.
Yeah.
They even call it one of Scotland's most iconic locations.
Wow.
But is iconic the same as being the heart? I'm not sure.
It's a great starting point, though.
Okay.
Glencoe isn't just visually stunning.
Right.
It has this weight of history that's so profound.
Oh, yeah.
The Glencoe Massacre back in 1692.
Where members of the MacDonald clan were betrayed and killed.
Right.
Right. Such a tragic event, and it's woven into the region's fabric,
Yeah, that's not just history. That's the kind of event that shapes a place.
For sure.
It makes you wonder, do events like that add to the heart feeling?
Right.
Or do they make it more somber? What do you think?
Well, imagine standing in this breathtaking valley surrounded by those mountains
Yeah.
and knowing that very ground was the site of such a pivotal, tragic
Yeah.
event.
Wow.
It's a complex feeling,
Right.
a mix of awe and sadness, but it definitely adds depth and meaning to the landscape.
Wow, okay, I'd see that. It's like
Yeah.
the beauty and the tragedy are intertwined.
Yeah,
You can't have one without the other.
exactly. That's what makes Glencoe so compelling. It's not just a pretty picture.
Hmm.
It's a place with a story to tell,
Yeah.
a story that resonates deep within the soul of the Highlands.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes me think about something else Love Scotland mentioned.
Okay.
That the history of the Highlands goes back to the Stone Age.
That's a whole other level of depth, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's not just about the passage of time.
Right.
It's about the tangible evidence of that history.
Okay.
Ancient standing stones, burial mounds, settlements scattered all over.
So maybe the heart isn't just about a single location like Glencoe.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's about that ancient energy, the connection to the distant past that you feel throughout the Highlands?
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
You're suggesting the heart is more of a feeling,
Yeah,
an essence that it just permeates the whole region.
right. Like, Glencoe is one powerful expression of that heart,
Yeah.
but it's not the only one.
I think that's a great point. And it makes me wonder about the other places and stories that contribute to this sense of heart.
And luckily, Love Scotland gave us a few more leads.
All right.
But before we get to those, I'm curious. They suggest a 3-day itinerary
Okay.
for exploring the Highlands.
Hmm.
Is that even enough to scratch the surface
Mm-hmm.
of a place with this much depth?
That's a good question. 3 days can give you a taste, for sure. But yeah, the Highlands are vast.
Right.
To really immerse yourself, you'd want much longer.
Yeah.
Think about those ancient sites we mentioned, like the stone circles,
Mm-hmm.
the burial mounds. They're not just scattered randomly.
Okay.
They're often laid out with astronomical precision,
Really?
reflecting a deep understanding of the cosmos.
Whoa. Okay, that's the kind of detail I was hoping for. So we're talking Stone Age people
Yeah.
who were not only building these structures,
Mhm.
but they were aligning them with the stars.
Exactly.
That adds a whole other layer to the heart idea.
Right.
Like they were connecting with something bigger than themselves even back then.
Exactly. And these sites are found all over the Highlands,
Okay.
from Clavacairns near Inverness,
Mm-hmm.
with their eerie, almost mystical atmosphere,
Right.
to the Ring of Brodgar in Orkney,
Oh,
which is so massive and perfectly formed,
Yeah.
it feels like stepping into another world.
right.
Each site has its own energy and story, but they're all connected by this shared ancient heritage.
So instead of one central heart,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the entire Highlands are a network of interconnected hearts,
Yeah,
each beating with that ancient energy.
exactly.
And maybe by visiting these sites, we can tap into that energy ourselves.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah.
The land, the people, the history, the cosmos. It's all woven together.
Speaking of interconnectedness,
Yeah.
Love Scotland mentions Inverness,
Okay.
calling it the Highland capital.
Right.
But can a modern city really be considered part of the heart
Mm.
of a region known for its wild landscapes and ancient history?
That's a good question, and I think the answer lies in understanding how Inverness straddles both worlds.
Okay.
On one hand, it's a bustling city,
Mm-hmm.
vibrant culture, modern amenities,
Yeah.
but it's also deeply rooted in Highland history and tradition.
Okay.
You can wander through a museum filled with artifacts from the clans, and then step outside and see the silhouette of a castle on a hill,
Yeah.
a reminder of the region's turbulent past.
So maybe Inverness is like a bridge between the old and the new,
Mm-hmm.
a place where the ancient heart of the Highlands is still beating strong,
Yeah.
but it's also evolving and adapting to the modern world.
Exactly. It's a place where you can experience the best of both worlds.
Okay.
And in doing so, gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the Highlands.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. So we've got Glencoe
Yeah.
with its iconic scenery and powerful history,
Mm-hmm.
a network of ancient sites connecting us to the cosmos,
Right.
and Inverness, a modern city with deep roots in Highland culture.
Yeah.
It seems like we're starting to paint a much richer picture
They are.
of what the heart of the Highlands really is, right?
Absolutely. It's not about choosing one place over another, but
Right.
about recognizing that the heart is multifaceted.
Mm.
It's a tapestry woven together from all these different threads. And that's what makes exploring the Highlands so captivating.
Totally.
There's always something more to discover, another layer to peel back.
Right. And speaking of discovering more,
Okay.
there's one more location Love Scotland mentions that I'm curious about,
Oh,
the Isle of Skye.
okay.
They don't go into a ton of detail,
Mm-hmm.
but it got me thinking, could an island separate from the mainland
Yeah.
really be considered part of the heart of the Highlands?
That's a fascinating question. And it challenges us to think even more broadly about what heart really means in this context.
Right.
Do physical boundaries really matter when it comes to the essence of a place?
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping you can help me figure out.
Well, let's dive into that in the final part of our deep dive, shall we?
Okay, so we're back and we're talking about the Isle of Skye,
Right.
this island off the coast of Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it can really be part of the heart of the Highlands.
Yeah.
It seems counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
How can an island be part of the heart of a mainland region?
Well, think about it this way. The heart doesn't always have clear boundaries.
Okay.
It's about feeling, a connection.
Right.
And when you look at the Isle of Skye,
Yeah.
you see so much of what makes the Highlands unique.
Okay.
The dramatic landscapes,
Mm-hmm.
the ancient history, the vibrant Gaelic culture.
Okay, I see what you mean. It's like even though there's water separating Skye,
Right.
it still shares that same Highland DNA.
Exactly.
So maybe physical distance isn't the deciding factor.
Right.
It's more about a shared essence, a shared spirit.
Exactly. And that spirit is palpable on Skye.
Oh,
You
okay.
have those jagged, almost mythical peaks rising out of the sea,
Yeah.
remnants of ancient castles clinging to cliffs,
Wow,
and a landscape just steeped in folklore and legend.
I bet.
It's a place that sparks the imagination
Yeah.
and connects you to the deeper mysteries of the Highlands.
It sounds incredible. Like you could feel the pulse of the Highlands
Yeah.
out there on the edge of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So if even an island can be part of the heart,
Right.
it makes me wonder if we've been thinking about this whole question too narrowly. Maybe the heart of the Highlands isn't a place at all,
Yeah.
but a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
an energy you could tap into anywhere in the region.
I think you've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about recognizing that the heart isn't confined to a single location.
Okay.
It's a collective experience.
Right.
A tapestry woven from all the elements we've discussed. The
Yeah.
history, the landscapes, the culture,
Mhm.
the ancient energy. It's something you can feel in a Glencoe, in the whispers of the wind as you stand amidst an ancient stone circle, in the bustling streets of Inverness,
Okay.
and yes, even on a windswept island like Skye.
Wow. That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like the heart of the Highlands is everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Exactly. It's an invitation to explore with open eyes and an open heart,
I like that.
to discover the hidden connections,
Yeah.
the layers of meaning, and the unique stories that make the Highlands so captivating and unforgettable.
Well said. So as you plan your own Highland adventure, remember this.
Mm-hmm.
The heart you find might be in a towering mountain,
Right.
a crumbling castle,
Yeah.
a vibrant city,
Mhm.
or a windswept island.
Totally.
The key is to be open to the experience,
For sure.
to let the Highlands speak to you in its own unique way.
I love it.
What will you discover at the heart of the Highlands? Let us know.